channel. So today we're going through all of my empties for the year 2025. So midway through the year I did do my empties and I have that video linked somewhere, hopefully if I can remember to do that. So I'm going to go through the products that I finished towards the last 6 months of the year, and then I do have my totals and I have taken photos of everything so you can see in total all the skincare I finished, the makeup, the hair care, and anything else that I have decided to include in this video. Just want to do a little disclaimer. So with hair care, I do share shampoo and conditioner for the most part. So I haven't actually, so maybe aside from one, I don't really include those in these empty videos because they just get used up so fast. It's the same thing with body wash and things like that because I'm not the only one using it. So I just like, these are things that I'm the only one that actually used and finished. So hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, let's get into it. All right, I'm gonna get this one out the way because it is the silliest. But I have 4 toothpastes here that I have finished. So I think they're all Colgate. I'm not a huge, oh no, wait. There's 3 Colgates of different variations and then an Oral-B that I have finished the last 6 months. I think it's interesting because when I did my video during the mid-year mark, I also had 4 toothpastes. So I go through toothpaste quite a lot. I do wear Invisalign, so I am brushing my teeth a lot more than normal. I don't know if that's a normal amount or not. Maybe it is. I don't know, but it seems like that's like 8 toothpaste in 1 year. But anyway, so I finished 4 in the last 6 months. I also finished a deodorant. I really like this. I know it's technically for men, but I genuinely really like this one. I like the scent of this one. It's the Old Spice Rockstar, and it's all I use now. So I finished one of these, and I have another one on the go, of course. And then I have 2 sort of sprays. I kind of realized this was done, so I don't know if I technically kind of finished it, but it's completely empty. This is Perfume Splash. And they sent me this little sample of their perfume. And basically, I don't even know if they exist anymore because this was a very, very long time ago. I think it's one of the first things that I was sent for my channel, but they do dupes of perfume. So this is a dupe of the Aqua Allegoria Coconut Fizz scent from Guerlain, and it really smelled delicious, but it's completely done. And then also this one is done. This is Be Beautiful Fresh Melon Body Mist, and I mean, occasionally I would spray it in the body, but most of the time just spraying it around the house just to keep the house smelling fresh and everything. Okay, so those are more like in the miscellaneous section, and now let's get into something a little bit more interesting. Honestly, I don't feel like there's too much here, but when I look at my totals, I feel like I did decently. So we'll go into skincare. I did finish the Skinderella Magic Milkshake Watermelon Milkshake Cleanser from GlossGods. I really like this one. I just don't like the packaging. Every time well, I wouldn't say every time because I learned not to do that. I would have to tip it upside down, open it, and then pour a tiny bit out because it is way too open in the front, and I lost so much product. So that was kind of disappointing, but the actual product itself is really, really nice. So I did finish that. I also finished a Makeup Revolution cleanser. This is the Skin Jelly Gleam Brightening Jelly Cleanser with pumpkin enzymes. And I had finished one of these before, just not the orange one. So I wanted to try this one as well. And I have finished that one. I think I preferred that one. And then I also finished, this is something that was sent to me from Stylevana, and actually my partner did end up getting me a full-size one for Christmas because he saw that I finished it, which is fine. I mean, I think it was actually quite nice. So this is AHA, BHA, PHA 30 Days Miracle Toner. And I did like it, but with this sample you get like barely anything. So now I have a big one so I can fully enjoy it. But yeah, this one I did end up finishing the last 6 months. I also finished an eye moisturizer from Espa. This is the 4-hour replenishing eye moisturizer. This one, if I remember correctly, was really, really nice. You know, I have so many eye creams though. I need to do my skincare inventory so you can know, but it's pretty much the same as it was 6 months ago, minus whatever I'm showing you today. And then the last skincare item that I finished is this from Feel Free. This is the facial cleansing milk. And I couldn't get the last bit out. It just would never budge. So I called it done a few months ago. But yeah, this one, I think I worked on it for about a year and a half. I don't know, I'm not supposed to have skincare for that long, but it did take me a really long time to finish. Okay, moving on to hair care. I only finished one dry shampoo. I haven't really been using a lot of dry shampoo the last 6 months. I haven't really needed to. I haven't had much hair, you know. So I did finish one. This is the one that I always buy. It's just at my local supermarket. It's super, super cheap. And it doesn't leave a white cast on the hair. So I do like that. And also it works pretty decently. I also finished this, which I had been using, I want to say about 2 years, maybe even longer. So it took a really long time to finish. This is the Schwarzkopf Gliss Hair Repair Oil Elixir. And finally finished it. I mean, I feel like it was like endless, this product. But very happy that is done. And of course, I'm using a different hair oil now that hopefully I can finish and show you at some point this year. This is the only shampoo that I'm sharing because from my knowledge, I do think it's the only one that I use personally. It's the Biotin and Collagen shampoo. I did have 2 of these and I finished one, I think at the beginning of the year, and then I finished this one. So nothing really to say. I didn't feel like it really boosted too much because it says it does a lot. Like it's got B7, collagen, and hydrolyzed wheat protein, and blah, 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 whatever. Every shampoo is going to say it's going to be like a magical shampoo. I don't know. I feel like a lot of them do the same. And then I also finished this big jug of a hair mask from Garnier. This is the Garnier Fructis, and I'm not quite sure what the translation is of this, because obviously it's in Portuguese, but I finished this whole tub just recently. I mean, I've been using, it just smells divine. I love the smell of Fructis. I've been using this for a really long time, and I just finally finished it. And I like it, but I do have more hair masks that I need to finish. So yeah, that's all the hair care. Let's move on to makeup. Okay, so I do have 3 mascaras here to talk about. I would have probably mentioned these in beauty banks. So I have the Glam Shop mascara, which is whatever that is called. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I was not a fan of this one. I ended up decluttering it and then bringing it back and working on it a little bit longer, and I just think it just didn't really do anything with my eyelashes. And then I have this one, which is more of a declutter, not necessarily that I finished the whole thing, but I have added it to my empties for some reason, so I'm including it. But it's obviously Makeup Revolution Big Lash, and it's the brown one. I really didn't like this one either. I just don't think it did anything for my eyelashes at all. I have quite small eyelashes and they need a lot of volume, and if a mascara just doesn't add any volume, it's not going to help me out. And then this one, just more recently, I think right at the beginning of December, I finished this one. This is the Makeup Revolution Wrap Lash. It is one of their tubing mascaras. It is so good. I recommend anyone buying this and testing it out. I actually want another one. I haven't bought another one yet because I do have quite a lot of mascara now, but I imagine I will probably get this one again. I love this one, and it's the first time I tried a tubing mascara, and I didn't know what to expect, but I really liked it. This one exploded my eyelashes, and it's kind of ruined a lot of other mascara for me because of what that one did. So I definitely want to try more tubing mascaras because of that. And I've heard the Essence one is good, so I'm going to try to have a look out and see if I can find that one. Okay, moving on. Speaking of Essence, I have 2 Essence items here. So this is a facial spray, kind of used it as like a more of a primer in my collection. This one I actually finished the first 6 months of the year, but I did not mention it in that video, so I thought I would bring it out. What I have been doing is I filled this one with water, and I've been using it to spray hair or whatever, or to refresh, because my son has curls, so I refresh his hair with like just spritz of water and stuff sometimes. So I've actually been using the bottle, but the actual product itself I did finish quite a while ago. But it's the Happy Bliss face spray from Essence, and I quite enjoyed it. This is another Essence one where I did finish the last 6 months, and this is the Pore Minimizing Serum. I use this as a primer. I think it's nice. As a serum, I think it's a little too thick, and it just didn't seem like a skincare item to me. It definitely seemed more like a primer, but maybe people can use it as skincare. I don't really know. It does have niacinamide, and I did enjoy that. And then I have 2 concealers that I finished. I finished the Maybelline 4-in-1 Glow, which I ended up absolutely devouring and loving this summer. I thought it was so, so nice. It's definitely a product that I want to get again because I think it's something that it just makes sense for me to use, especially in the summer when I don't want to wear a lot of makeup. It works perfectly for me. I know some people use this as like a highlighter or a primer. For me, I just use it as like a one and done. You know, basically my foundation has a little bit of coverage, but it just makes your skin feel or look really, really pleasant and natural. And I really, really enjoyed it. So I did finish that one at the end of the summer, or maybe like in September time. I can't remember exactly when I finished it. And then I also finished my ABH Magic Touch Concealer. This was in my project pan, and I was so happy to call this done. So this one was also finished the last 6 months of the year, and it did take me a long time to get this done, and I've had it for so long, so it was quite a nice thing to have completed. And then the last thing that I did end up finishing the last 6 months is my NYX HD powder. This one was also in my project pan, and I already had a pan when I rolled it in, and it's a product that I really, really enjoy and love, so it wasn't a chore to finish it at all, but I had like a tiny little ring, and then it just, you know, it got smaller and smaller and smaller. So this one eventually did get finished in the last 6 months. So that's everything. Just like to recap you on what's been happening the last half of the year. Okay, just really quickly, what I want to do is I'll blast on the screen the actual photos of everything all together. But in the first 6 months of the year, if we look at skincare, I finished 7 items. In the last 6 months of the year, I finished 5, so that would be 12 items in total that I did finish for the year in terms of skincare, which I think is kind of amazing. Hair care, first 6 months of the year, I finished 5 products, and then the last 6 months, I finished 4, so 9 products in total. Had I included shampoo, all of the conditioners that we use, this number would be really, really high, but I did not because it just doesn't make sense to do that. So it just wouldn't make sense. And then moving on to like the other category, so like the toothpaste and all that stuff. So I finished 5 items in the first 6 months, and then in the last 6 months of the year, I finished 7, so that's 12 in total. And then makeup, I'm really, really surprised and actually pleasantly surprised by this. So in the first 6 months of the year, I finished 11 makeup items, which I think is really, really cool. The last 6 months of the year, I finished 8. So definitely down, but I think in total, I mean, that is 19. I think that is amazing. Just think about it. I finished 19 makeup items this year. Now I just need to make sure that I don't bring in, you know, if I had not brought in more than 19 in the year, you know, my totals would be going down, 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 but they go up, 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 up. But I thought 19 was great because that's higher than any other category, and it kind of shocks me. But it also kind of shows that project panning does work to an extent, because a lot of the items that I finished, I had rolled into project pans and I had focused on them. So I'm actually really pleased by that. And a lot of them were like concealers and mascaras. Mascaras I can get through super fast. So it's not a huge, huge win, but there are some like hefty products that I did finish this year, which I'm happy about. So in total, I finished 52 items, and I have 52 empties in my empties for 2025. I don't know if that's a lot or if that's average, if that's very small amount. I know some people try to finish like 100 items in a year. I think putting a number to it just sets you up for failure, but this is the first time I've actually tracked and counted every single thing that I have finished for the year, and for the most part I don't think I've missed anything. And this doesn't include decluttering or the depotted palettes, because I do have the Belgian waffle, which technically for me it's done. I do have some you know, shades in there that I haven't like finished, but you know, that could be an empty, but I haven't included it as an empty. So for me, I think 52 is pretty cool. So I think it'll be interesting to see how I do it this year. I'm not going to try to compete and try to go crazy, but I just think looking at these types of numbers kind of motivates me. And I didn't even, like, I knew the last 6 months of the year I wasn't finishing as much, but looking at them overall, it wasn't that different from the first 6 months of the year. And you know, finishing items takes a long time, so we can't really like beat ourselves down about it. When we just look at the numbers, we look at the actual products itself. You know, did we enjoy it? Did it serve a purpose in our lives during that time? Yes. Did it teach us that we don't like these types of items? You know, so there's different ways that you can come out of looking at your project plans and the things that you finish and figuring out what works best for you. So anyway, I'm super happy about that, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.